All right. Good morning. Good morning. How we doing, everyone? Happy Tuesday. It's September 16th. NQ. Finally, contract rolled today. We talked about it quite a bit yesterday. You can see the gap there on the chart from the contract roll. I do not use back adjusted charts. So we're going to leave that contract roll gap right there on the chart, regardless. There was some overnight strength. So NQ into fresh all-time highs during that overnight session. Regardless of the contract roll gap or not, you can confirm that. Just quick back adjust of your chart and you'll see that. I don't like the back adjusted charts. So what we have for this morning is pretty much an index that is still in that price discovery phase following the breakout that triggered on Friday. And what that means for us, or what that means for me anyway, as someone who relies heavily on higher time frame market structure, is that we have no real levels of interest to work with. So I'll be focused primarily on the overnight range if we even see a setup for today. Tomorrow is FOMC. It's contract roll week. There's a lot of reasons to be doing less this week. A lot of reasons to be staying cash, staying extra patient. It's not the week to be a gunslinger. It's not the week to be a hero. We want to focus on capital preservation, both mental and trading capital. Save it. Save it for better opportunities, better setups. That's kind of my game plan. Pretty much any FOMC week, especially when it overlaps with contract roll. That is this week. So here's the open. See what we're actually working with this morning. We've got overnight high up at 647 and then overnight low at 524. Those are our nearest reference points, unless you're counting current session volume point of control at 598.5. But on a morning like this, I want to be doing less, like I mentioned. Does NQ1 show a gap? Depends if you have back adjusted or not. Nothing to do, Dom? Yeah, I'm with you on that. I want to see if we get a test maybe into overnight low or overnight high nearby reference points. Otherwise, it'll just be another cash day and then a cash week for me. No trading tomorrow through next Friday. Why I wouldn't use the back adjusted? So let's look really quick. So back adjusted chart, last week's high right here. You can see the level 24,159. It's an actual level that traded. Let's click the back adjusted. So remember 24,159, last week's high. What is last week's high showing on a back adjusted chart? 24,400. It's a level that did not actually trade. It's just a mathematical calculation that trading view is doing. So then when you kind of pair that in with the fact that the volume profile is also going to be mathematically calculated, your volume profile is not going to show actual volume through actual levels. That's enough reason for me to use a non-back adjusted chart. I want to see real price levels that traded with real volume. That's just personal preference. I used to use back adjusted charts for many years. This is a pretty recent adjustment for me. But honestly, I think it's personal preference. Use whatever you like to use. This is what I like to use. But that's kind of the thought process behind it. I want to see actual levels that traded with actual volume behind it. NQ lower, session lows. NQ1, yep. GC was really nice yesterday. Gold, really nice yesterday. We talked about it for a second on the stream. That retest. Yeah, look at the circled area. That's what we talked about on stream right there. Nice push. Very nice move there. If you like to trade gold. This morning, another nice hold, a prior day high. Don't really trade gold, but just been keeping an eye on it lately. The Longhorns, that was a gift, actually. My brother gave that to me. I'm not sure where he got it. Somewhere here in Texas. May need to take it down though with how Arch Manning is looking so far this season. Oh boy. Overnight low 524. Yeah, all-time highs trading. Awful. Awful. Love it for the retirement accounts, but for actual day trading, Let's get our profile back. So at all-time highs, you can look at volume profile a little bit more. NQ currently sitting on value area low. I mean, you just got to use whatever you can, honestly. Am I the only person of my friends and family that trade? Yeah. You got to be kind of a little bit sick to want to do this. uh, I would not recommend trading to anyone. I love it. I love it, but I'm a little different. So NQ volume pretty light, largely related to contract roll still ongoing, and then FOMC tomorrow. RTY taking a look into the overnight low there. Staying patient. Staying patient. RTH chart way off. Yeah, mine's off. Trading view probably having a little bug there. Can usually expect some hiccups around the contract roll. Still cash this morning. 15 minutes into the sesh. NQ at the fresh low there. ES is also pressing the lows. Decent little uptick in volume on NASDAQ. We do have a 10 a.m. print this morning. See if that brings us some action. See if it brings us a setup. I like the volume here. It's a little bit better. That's encouraging. Next 5-minute bar kind of shaping up to be a hammer. A little bit of a hamski there. 10 minutes till 10 a.m. Whoa. There's a little volatility. A little uptick in volume. Getting into that overnight low now. I want to see how that 524 area is treated. Nearest reference point. Don't forget, we do have the 10 a.m. data print. It's in another 7 minutes or so. Again, just watching 524. Can it hold? Can it hold as support? How we doing so far? 4 minute, 3.5 minutes till business inventories, 10 a.m. data print, minor print. Minor print, but a print nonetheless. NQ into the lows. ES sitting on overnight low. RTY looks like no man's land. New low of day on RTY. So true test of overnight low. To the tick, it looks like. Oh, maybe one tick below. Yeah, one tick below. See how this 5 minute shapes up into 10 a.m. A little 10 a.m. reversal right here would be nice. Definitely much better volume than what we saw yesterday morning. That's for sure. Yeah, Dallas, we're on the Z. Jump onto the Z contract. It's time. Roll it forward. $30 seconds till 10, FYI. See if we could get some sort of hammer on the 5 minute here. Some hamski. Well, there's 10 a.m. Looks like absolutely nothing. Nothing, Berg. The old nothing burger. 5-minute closes as a doji. How's our profile looking? We got a high volume node building out here. NQ just struggling with this 545 area, value area low for the extended hours sesh. See if this 5-minute is fixed yet. Nope, sure is not. Nothing super compelling so far for the personal. Still cash here in the personal account. I like the location as much as you can for a reference point, but the setup, it's not quite there. ES marking a new low. My poor dog just fell down the damn stairs. Oh my goodness. Oh, she's all right. She's all right. Bro, labs are so clumsy. They cannot get a hold of their limbs. My dog's 8. 8-year-old black lab, English lab. Yeah, exactly, Dom. That's funny. We've got back-to-back 5-minute dojis. Another 5 minutes here. You'll probably see volume point of control shift into this area. If price can clear at 548 area, this looks decent here, but it's the struggle point so far. Right in this area. Oops. Right in this area. Still cash in the personal account here. Cash in the personal account. I like the location. I've not seen a setup that is worthy for the personal. But decent enough for the prop, so we'll see. Got the stop in there. See if we can get a lift here. As of right now, just choppy. Barcode. Let's take a look at some intraday fib. The fibbler. I got the magnet on. There we go. That's kind of where we're at. Like I said, a breakup 548, 550 area, you may see a little bit more of a retrace. See if I can peel some off right here at 49.75.
Order filled.
There you go. There you go, in a 38% fib. I like to target session highs ideally, but what I'll do now is I'll just trail. Oh, my bad. My bad. God does and Jacob jumping out of their chair. Tom too. Oh man. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's good. That's good. Wow. Keeps you on your toes a little bit. Yeah, so if we get trailed right here, I'll just let them have it back. I wanted this one to immediately go. All we had there was overnight low, so not a ton of conviction in that setup, especially with ES into session lows, RTY selling as well.
Order filled.
There it is, trailed out. Wish we got a little something. Little something. Nothing in the personal. Decent play for the props. That's kind of how I like to use the props for risk management. Lower quality setup. Use the prop firms. Highest quality. A plus opportunity goes in the personal account. So overnight low, still our nearest reference point there, 524. NQ actually with a new low of day right there. See if is ES mirroring. Yeah, ES fresh lows. Session volume point of control actually shifted lower, and you do have a little uptick in volume. Let's see if price can get back into this most recent lower high there, the 38% fib. Yeah, that's what I like to see right there. Trail into profit already. The spring has to go right away. That's your spring play. Do not want this back into 35. May get trailed right here. So same location, but you can see the difference in setup there between what I did with the prop account and then the personal. The personal I'll wait for a stronger, higher quality setup. Prop account just go for more of the reversal versus the overnight low. See if we can get 5-1 here, peel a little bit more off. Trail about 36 right now. Yeah, 15-minute big doji there. Can we get some follow through? A little break of the high of that doji. Dang, it looks like 50 just traded. Is that 50? Yeah, it's 50. Peel a little bit at 51 so we get into this most recent lower high. If it gets there. Before the trail, that is. A little bit more. Come on. There it is. Very nice. Bring the trail up just beneath 40. And I'll work with the trail now. So ideally, target 570 area. And then session highs, 570, 61% fib, and VWAP. It's pretty much as clean as they come as far as spring setups right there. So now buyers need a break of 555. Intraday structure point right here. A trail 39. Overnight low proved to be helpful this morning, huh? Not bad. Not bad. There we go. A little bit of the break of structure. Now I'm going to trail a little bit tighter, not a ton, but we'll lift trail into 54175. $15 through prior bar high now. Gotta love the spring. It's clear that buyers are trying through here, right? You get the lift, rejects at 38, run pretty much anyone who's long through here, run all their stops. You can tell by the uptick in volume. Suck in some fresh shorts and then set the trap. And it's gone. Question is, can it actually show follow through now? That was just shy of the 50% fib. I may get trailed. See if we get trailed or not. Pretty much need this area to hold. There's the trail. Trailed out. We'll take it. We will take that. Not bad. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with that. Buyers responded to session volume point of control there. It's a good sign. So 2 for 2 on the morning, one in the personal, one in the prop XFAs. Yeah, you need a break of this 555 area, and you should unlock 570. And Q coming into the 50% fib. Anyone else catch those longs? Some NQ longs. Kevin, you got that? Nice. Well done. Conrad's still in there. Solid. Dom's still riding. Nice. Good patience. Good patience. Nice work, Dom. Take care, man. Well done. Overall, I'm pretty happy with my trail. NQ failing to really resolve much higher there, at least so far. We're chilling. We are chilling. 1 hour into the sesh. Seller stepping in versus that fib sell zone. Not a ton to do here. I'll keep an eye on session volume, point of control, but mostly interested in overnight low 524 and seeing how this intraday structure continues to build out. Note that next 15-minute bar and 30-minute bar getting ready to close. So that 15-minute doji, that prior bar failed to show any real continuation, right? 30 minutes getting ready to close as potentially a doji. We'll see. All right, Jacob, take care, man. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. See if we get another setup here within the next maybe 10-15 minutes. Otherwise, we'll call it a morning as well. 2 for 2 on the morning pre FOMC. I mean, that for me, that's a W. I was expecting a no trade day today. So tough to complain about that. A little consolidation here at session volume point of control. RTY market and session lows. Big overnight high up thrust on gold back in a prior day high. $30-minute close as a doji, so just some indecision there. Five-minute, of course, pure barcode, right? I'm just in this structure here. So far, we've seen the bounce versus overnight low. That was a main watch for this morning. Overnight range I had mentioned before the bell. So you get the sell off the open, moving to overnight low. Initially a bounce here, then the spring setup. So far, that's been setup of the morning, if you ask me. And then sellers are back in it at the fib sell zone, intraday fib sell zone. We're just kind of consolidating here at session volume point of control. Expectations are pretty limited. We're pre FOMC, right? So it's a likelihood we see a outsized move for today. It's pretty low. Possible, but pretty low. A little bit of a bounce there, session volume point of control. Really the area for buyers to take out is right through here. Clean up this chart a little bit. And there's GC gold with nice bounce versus prior day high. I may have to start watching that thing some more. Volume kind of tapering back down. Sellers back in it right there. There you go, getting back into lows here. See if sellers can crack the low. A little uptick in volume now. $15 not looking compelling whatsoever. Potentially 3 dojis here in a row, just major indecision. This might be your structure for the morning right through here. 524 by basically 560. Just like that. No, now not live streaming the wedding does. That's funny. Getting ready to call it right here. The buyer stepping in versus that value area low for the sesh. That's what I was talking about earlier. When the market's at all-time highs, you can kind of lean on some volume profile reference points if you want to. If you want to, right? If you're looking for some additional reference points to utilize, session volume point of control, value area low, value area high. Those can be decent spots. Definitely won't be the same quality as a level of interest, which is my preference, but not bad. Not bad today. Got the one trade off in the personal account. That was the spring setup with the overnight low. So overnight low is one of the main reference points on watch this morning. We see a little structure build out there above the overnight low. I didn't like that action enough for the personal account, like I outlined earlier. But once you see the undercut and the spring actually materialize, that's a pretty good opportunity there. We went for it. Pretty minor gain there, 534 into 551 on the best exit, but had potential for more. It looked promising. Just got trailed out and we move on. I'm just happy to have a decent setup on the day. Yesterday ended up being no trade day. So like I mentioned again before the bell, this is a week to be working on that patience, working on your discipline. We have FOMC, we got the contract roll. What's the time that you plot your volume profile? I don't plot this. It's just the default on trading view. Currently looking at the 1 minute chart. Thanks, Kevin. All right, folks, I'm gonna call it right there. I will not be live tomorrow. We will not be live until the 29th. So good luck. If you're in the Traders Think Tank, we do have our coaching call after the close today. So TMG members, Traders Think Tank members, keep an eye out for that. Is after the close today. Otherwise, I'll see the rest of y'all on the 29th, Monday the 29th. Have a great week. Thanks for your time today and take care.